my channel. This is Albert. So basically, recently I have an epiphany, and I kind of figure out the secret to learning basically anything. And so that's why I want to make a video to share with you guys and hope it can help you, and all that. One thing that really changed the game for me in a sense, as far as learning English or learning anything and being really good at them, is that I gave my all. Yeah, and currently I'm learning Japanese. Actually, it's been several days that I started learning Japanese. I'm a total beginner, but still I'm trying to make sentences in Japanese, even though I don't have much vocab. It's something like 日本語の授業はそんなに難しくないですね. That's the basic structure, right? And I try to replace the subject to something that's relevant to my life, and I would say something like this: バスケットボールの授業はそんなに難しくないですね. You can see, I don't know much vocab. I don't learn Japanese quite a long time, but I'm trying to learn Japanese. I'm trying to speak Japanese without thinking Japanese by using sentence structures to improve my spoken Japanese. So that's the key, that's really difficult for me when it comes to learning Japanese, because when I get started, I didn't know anything about Japanese, and everything I learned about Japanese is by rote learning, which is quite boring and tedious. But that's how I push myself to do something like that, because I think I really want to achieve this goal in a short period of time, even though it's hard for me, because there are actually two types of learning journey that you can choose from. And type 1 is just like me, right? You can achieve something in a short period of time. Even though it's really hard, you can get so much feedback along the journey, and you actually are making a lot of progress. In type 2, you can learn something in a quite a long period of time. For example, if you want to learn Japanese, you can give yourself like 3 years or even 5 years to learn Japanese from scratch. But along the journey, you're going to find really difficult to keep it up, because the journey is too long and you can't receive any feedback. So probably you're going to quit halfway through the journey and then never going to start it again. And when I talk about learning anything in a short period of time, basically there's going to be a bunch of people ask me questions like, it is not natural. We acquire or we learn things in a natural way, step by step. We learn them gradually, right? Basically it takes us years to achieve something. I respect that as well. But at the same time, I think we need to understand the most difficult part when it comes to learning basically anything new to us is always the start, right? And learning anything, if you just get started, it's going to be really difficult for you. And no matter you learn it in a long period of time or even in a short period of time, that suffering won't go away. So what I would do is I would suffer from that for a short period of time, and then after that, I can make such a great progress. And if you're willing to suffer from that for a long period of time, you want to make progress step by step, I respect that as well. My routine to learn Japanese is by listening to Japanese, because in the first place, I didn't have much vocab to understand Japanese. So that's why basically I spend 80% of my time practicing or learning Japanese word and following the recording, trying to understand and memorize all kinds of Japanese words. Actually, as a matter of fact, the whole process is boring and tedious, but that's how I learned Japanese, and that's how I gave my all. Because basically, if you want to learn Japanese from scratch, this is a stage that everybody needs to pass through, right? And I really want to pass through that stage as quick as possible, so that's why I spend most of my time doing that. And now, actually, I made such a progress, because like several days ago, if you asked me to read an article in Japanese, I couldn't do it. But now, basically, after listening to articles and memorize vocabulary over and over again, I find myself being able to do it in Japanese. Even though it's not fluent, I can do it. So that's the point here in today's video. If you want to achieve something in a high level, or if you want to learn something that's new to you, I think the amount of suffering is all the same. So that's the point I want to make here. Since we all feel uncomfortable, we're all suffer from something when we learn something new to us, I would rather choose to suffer from that in a short period of time, because after that, I can get some positive feedback that helps me keep going in the long term, and I'm going to make a lot of progress after that. And one thing that a lot of people fail to do something is that they set their goal in a long period of time. For example, they want themselves to be able to speak English or do anything in 3 years or 5 years. But once they insist on doing that for 1 year and they don't see any progress, they may just give themselves on this, right? which is not what I want. So that's why I want to push myself out of my comfort zone and truly to see where's my potential. So that's for today's video. Thank you so much for watching this far. And I'm Albert. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.